Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. Qualifying here at Twin Ring Motegi, the Athens Rush Series Playoff 200. As cars right now taking time. And as soon as they roll in, they'll roll across the top of the screen. One lap of qualifying here for our drivers tonight. Watching the 89 of Matt Quick out on the speedway right now. Appreciate everybody for tuning in as we try to get some times up on the board here. Even written hours out on the lap. See if I believe our timing and scoring may need a refresh here. Not quite sure, it's not showing up. We'll get a few there, but excuse me, Josh Ball timing in with a quick time of 37.13, 37.13. That Quick still out on the speedway. He's 11th Quick at a 37.72, 37.72. Brendan Kalusterhoos, that driver out on the speedway as well. Kalusterhoos, best lap of 37.504, 37.504. Kalusterhoos, Josh Ball, that car went a 37.126, and he'll grab the pole here for tonight's Athens Rush Series Playoff 200. As we see those cars starting to take the grid now. Admin's going to go over a little bit of admin duties. But we are here at the Twin Ring Motegi starting the Athens Rush Series Playoff. Josh Ball, Sean Bounty on that front row. And they're going to find Brandon Pampatat, Roger Debo in row number 2. Row 3 will be Tress Knott and Dave Matson. Bailey Curry, Brendan Klutschers make up row number 4. Row 5 will be Storm Patterson and John Garrett. Row 6 will be Matt Quick, Raymond Rittenauer. Row 7, Sawyer Ott, Corey Deal. Row 8, Kelvin Mosier, Adam Strong. Row 9 will be Brian Workman, Josh Cully. Row 10, Brad Lane, George Belfons Jr. Row 11, we'll find Dustin Franklin, Ryan Peplinski. And scheduled to start shotgun on the field here tonight, the 16 car of Alex Little. As the cars start to file onto the grid, we'll get ready to go here. 134 laps coming at you here from Twin Ring Motegi. Looks like we're going to have 23 cars officially signed in. Looks like all 23 are going to make the grid. And we'll wait for those drivers to roll off. As we get ready for 134 laps here, the Athens Screen Printing Rush Series. A big shout out to Athens Screen Printing for their continued support of the Iron Thunder Racing League. Any promotional product needs or screen printing needs, check them out They'll definitely be able to help you. Now rolling off of that grid. See them work their way down the back straightaway here. Brandon Pampatat going to be inside row number 2 with the bulldozer Roger Debold to his outside. See Tressenot, that's CA Cattle Company 15 Ford Mustang. You'll have Dave Maxson to his outside. We're getting set to turn them loose here. 134 laps make up the total distance. What we're screen printing on the hood of that 48 of Pampatat. Toyota Supra as the pace car dives off to the safety of pit road. Josh Ball and Sean Bounty will bring the field to life. Oh, Bounty not able to get that car going. Calls the stack up behind him. Roger Debold all over the back end of that car. Already troubles for the 34 Sean Bounty. But we stay green. And the Athens Rush Series Playoff 200 is live here on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. Thank you for joining us here on this beautiful Monday night. Josh Ball lead, Brandon Pampatat Trust tonight. Bailey Curry, Steven Patterson, your top 5. Roger Debold now trying to recover from being stuck behind the 34 Sean Bounty. He'll look to the inside now of Sean Bounty. Bounty will go to the middle line. He's able to power ahead. Looks like the brothers are going to, And now we'll take a look at the 35 J-Com Hot Company. He works his Toyota Supra out upstairs on the 25 of Brittany Kloosterhoofs. Kloosterhoofs able to power away from that battle. Josh Ball has led the first 3 laps here tonight. And he'll have Pampatat about 2.5 car lengths back as they work their way out of turn number 2 now down the back straightaway here. Patterson will take a look at that Reaper Speed Labs 6 Chevrolet Camaro is trying to take a peek underneath the 15 and Tressenot. Will actually pull alongside for the moment. Now he slips back in line as they work their way across the line. As lap number 4 goes on top of the board here. Top 5 moving to the outside now, looking for that 4th spot. Down the back straightaway goes Steven Patterson in that 6th car. Reaper Speed Lab Fort Worth screen printing on the side of that car. He'll slip now out of turn number 4 up the racetrack. Hammer back down. Be able to pull ahead of the 15 Tressenot. That's the 38 of Roger Debold will have to get down on the binders there. Another accordion effect going on. Let's check back up front to your leader. Let's see. That gap has extended to 0.79 seconds for your leader Josh Ball in that Red Bull Ford Mustang. Battle is on for that 2nd spot. It is Bailey Curry. The Athens screen printing machine. He'll take over that spot from Brandon Pampatat and his Toyota Supra. Pampatat back to 3rd. The biggest mover so far that's inside the top 5 would be the 6th of Steven Patterson and Bailey Curry. Those 2 drivers both up 5 positions from the drop of the green flag. But the biggest mover throughout the field has got to be that 94 George Belfons Jr. as he currently takes that Belfons Racing Ford Mustang and parks it into the 13th position. He is up 7 positions since the drop of the green flag. Kelvin Mosier just up ahead in the Glock Perfection 43 Chevrolet Camaro. Works to the inside of Fort Worth Screen Printing 66 of John Garrett. Kelvin Mosier will hold on to that 11th spot. Just outside the top 10 looking in for Kelvin Mosier in that 43 machine. We'll look back to the front and see how close that 05 of Bailey Curry is able to close in on that gap of your leader Josh Ball. He has dropped it down to right at 0.46 seconds as he continues on a charge here to the front of the field in his Athens Screen Printing Chevrolet Camaro. Josh Ball has now led all 8 laps from the top of the green flag in his Red Bull Ford Mustang. But that lead that he has saw for the most of the night starting to dissipate. Down to 0.3 seconds now over the 05 of Bailey Curry. Right back here tomorrow night as we bring the Fort Worth Screen Printing Premier Series to Twin Ring Motegi. So be sure to join us. 9:05 is when the green flag will fall. Qualifying promptly at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you can just about bank on Mondays and Tuesdays unless there's a special event. The green flag falls at 9:05. Taking care of some duties over here in the chat. Anyway, we continue to roll on. Bailey Curry has got it down to 0.24 seconds. And that's about as close as he can get it. Brandon Pampatat and that 48 machine still continues to ride in the 3rd spot. Gotta love chat bots. We're rolling here at Twin Ring Motegi. Take a look now at Storm Patterson in that 4th spot. You'll have the K&N Air Filters 09 of Dave Matz and riding behind him. In the 5th spot will be Tristan Knott right now scored in the 6th spot. Get a look at a good look at the 4 Loco 38 of Roger Debo. The interest might both have trouble navigating turn number 4. And capitalizing on that is the 34 of Sean Bounty, the bounty hunter in that Toyota Supra. He'll run along side by side with the 15 of Tristan Knott through turns 1 and 2. They'll drag race down the back straightaway. Bounty trying to get to that 6th spot. And trying to recover after starting tonight on the outside pole. Ott continues to have trouble in the corner as he swings up racetrack. He's going to lose 2 spots on the corner number 4. And he'll fall back now to that 8th spot. And right behind him is the 43 of Kelvin Mosier. Mosier up 6 spots from the drop of the green flag. He's looking to make it 7 here as we come down to 15 laps on, or excuse me, 16 laps on the board next time by. We'll work our way down the back straightaway here, Twin Ring Motegi. 25 of Brendan King close to who's find his way around the 66 of John Garrett. Kelvin Mosier will take over that spot. He'll move into the 8th spot now. Continue to work lap after lap here. You get all that looking back through the racing. Bailey Curry was able to get around Josh Ball, and we'll give you a replay of that pass and how it unfolded down the front straightaway, right at the line. Down into turn number 1, Bailey Curry goes to the point. Back here live as the Athens screen printing Chevrolet Camaro Bailey Curry leads with 17 laps in the board. Battle starting, heat up for that runner-up spot. As Brendan Pampatat starting to put the pressure on the 88 of Josh Ball. He'll now look to the inside as they dive off into corner number 1 here. Pampatat into that runner-up spot. Josh Ball back to 3rd. Patterson in a little trouble. Patterson will drop back 2-3 spots, possibly even more. See that battle there with George Belfons Jr., the 15 of Tress and I. Belfons wanting that 9th spot. He'll get it down into turn number 1. Belfons works underneath. The 56 of Corey Deal trying to follow him through there. Trusting out, trying to hold on to that spot. There's 19 complete of the 134 to make up the total distance here tonight. Got a quick moment here. We'll take a look at that top 10. Your leader, the 05 of Bailey Curry. A 1.7 second lead over second place of Brendan Pampatat. The Long Island, New York, that 48 Toyota Super, sponsored by Fort Worth Screen Printing. Third place runner, the 88 of Josh Ball. Dave Maxson has worked his K&N air filters machine back up to the 4th spot. Excuse me, up to the 4th spot. Sean Bounty is starting to climb back to the top after his early race mishap. He finds himself sitting in the 5th spot. And we'll see Kelvin Mosier right behind him in 6th. As we talk about John Garrett in that 7th spot, a battle brewing between him and Roger Diebold in that full Loco 38 machine. As they'll battle side by side as we exit turn number 4. 22 laps complete here. So he's going to be able to hold on to it. Corey Deal now will look underneath as Roger Diebold having big trouble there on the exit of turn number 2. He'll lose 2 spots to George Belfons Jr. and Corey Deal. And that'll be your top 10 with 23 of 134 complete between Ring and Motegi. In the 11th spot, we'll find the 25 of Brendan the King Kloosterhuis. Matt Quick rides in the 12th spot. 13th belongs to newcomer Brad Lane. The 14th will be Ryan Peplinski. Josh Cully up 3 spots from the start of the night. He'll run in the 15th spot. Dustin Franklin 16th. 17th, we'll find Brian Workman right where he started the race here. Adam Strome back 2 spots to 18th. Alex Little's up 5 spots to the 19th position. Sloan Patterson has faltered back to the 20th spot. Raymond Rittenauer scored in 21st. Tress Knight scored 22nd. 23rd will be the 35 of Sawyer Ott. Ott on pit road at the moment. I'll look back now at your leader, Bailey Curry, that 05 Athens screen printing machine. He's opened that gap up to 2.9 seconds, almost. He'll probably get it up to 3-second gap over Brendan Pampatat as he dives off into turn number 3. Take a look and see Josh Ball back there trying to keep that gap between he and the 09 of Dave Matson. Josh Ball, your quickest here tonight. Just fell back to the 3rd spot. Josh Ball give up that 3rd spot. He'll drop back to 4th. We're 27 laps in. George Belfons Jr. able to get around the Corey Deal machine. Deal able to get around Sean Bounty. George Belfons Jr., the biggest mover of the race. Belfons up 14 positions. The hard charger right now is that 94, George Belfons Jr. And his Belfons Racing Ford Mustang. I do apologize. This lovely pollen season, allergies doing the toll on me here tonight. But with the help of some Dasani, we'll get through it together here on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. 89 of Matt Quick back there, moving up to the field. We'll see the Voyager 10 car. That is Brad Lane. He'll work underneath the 34 Sean Bounty. Bounty now trying to hold on. It's Quick and Brad Lane able to get past. At 34 machine, he'll give up another spot to the 43 of Kelvin Mosher. Bailey Curry's 3-second lead still intact down the back straightaway. He's over halfway to getting lap 31 stamped up on the scoreboard here from Twin Ring Motegi, the Athens Rush Series Playoff 200, live here on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. Look out, Brendan Pampatat. Not quite sure what the deal was there, as he made an evasive action to avoid the 87 Lucky Dogs Doggy Daycare of Ray Rittenauer. Sounds like Storm Patterson has had a ill-handling race car and a handful back there as he slipped back 12 spots. He runs 21st on the racetrack. That car really loose off the exit of turn number 4 there, as you can see in the screen. Already have Sean Bounty has hit pit road, and Dustin Franklin both coming in. Those two cars on pit road for service. Bailey Curry, your leader, on the binders. He'll come pit side. Brandon Pampatat, Dave Matson going to follow them in. Josh Ball in as well. John Garrett will come in. George Belfons Jr. will take advantage of that. He'll lead lap 33 to the line. George Belfons Jr. now your leader. Bailey Curry coming out of pit road. Bailey with a 17.05 second stop. Cost him a little bit of time to Brendan Pampatat with a 14.22 second stop. Dave Matson, his service complete with a 15.4 second stop. Total time on pit road for Bailey Curry of 51.02. Brendan Pampatat's total time is 47.93. Curry entered pit lane with a 3-second gap over Brendan Pampatat. Now we'll have a host of others coming down pit road. Kloosterhoos, Kelvin Mosier, Brian Workman, they're all in for service. And your leader, George Belfons Jr. will peel off of the speedway on to pit lane, along with Corey Deal and Josh Cully. He'll bring his Wilson Farm, CRT Small Engine Repair, Strutmasters.com Chevrolet to the attention of his crew, and I'll turn the lead over to Lightning Quick Matt Quick in the 89 machine down the back straightaway. Always a familiar car to spot on the speedway. He and Brad Lane will both peel off to pit road, along with Roger Debold, Ryan Peplinski, and the 6 of Storm Patterson. And that should cycle us back around to the 05 of Bailey Curry. Looks like he'll make his way out of turn number 4 now. Across the stripe here. Regain the lead. You see the distance there between he and second place of Brendan Pampatat, down to a 1.2 second lead. Pampatat able to get that gap closed via pit road. Now Bailey Curry going back to work to widen that gap with 36 of 134 complete here from Twin Ring Motegi. Let's see if we can get a quick look at the speeds here of the 05 of Bailey Curry. That car is definitely scored as the number 4. Just want to point that out, that I am not crazy. The paint scheme still shows the 05. The But Bailey Curry is scored as the number 4 car, just as he runs in the NASCAR Xfinity Series for JD Motorsports. But tonight the livery says the 05, and that's what we'll go with. We'll see if we can get some speed up on the screen. See what kind of speeds are being thrown out here by the 05 of Bailey Curry. I'll have to do some adjusting on my end so I can actually see it in real time. See the top speed down the front straightaway. That speed is located in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. 171 miles an hour. As we run right now after our first round of green flag pit stops, so this Bailey Curry leader, Brandon Pampatat, third to be Dave Matson, and Josh Ball in that 4th spot. George Belfons Jr. continues his good run in the 5th spot. 6th to be Trestonot. I'll take that back. New change for that position. John Garrett jumps into the 6th spot. 7th, Trestonot. 8th to be Sean Bounty. 9th is Corey Deal. Kelvin Mosier rounds out your top 10. And down into turn number 3 and 4. Well, let's jump on board with Bailey Curry for a lap around Twin Ring Motegi. Notice this racetrack fairly flat and wide. 1.49 around the speedway. Shifting down here in turn number 3, right back to the 4th gear. As he'll put lap 42 up on the board here. That was a lap around Twin Ring Motegi with your leader, the 05 of Bailey Curry. Check in on the 33 of Josh Cohen. He's up 5 spots for the drop of the green flag, currently in the 13th position. Sporting the Wilson Farms colors on that Chevrolet Camaro tonight. Here from Twin Ring. Brad Lane up 5 positions from the start of the race. We'll take a look at that 10 machine. Where's your crypto for all Chevrolet Camaro? Alex Little, the 9 of Adam Schroen. Back there swapping positions. 19th place of Adam Schroen. Now Alex Little rides in the 20th spot. Roger Deepbold's tough night continues as he is down 11 spots and marred into the 15th position. Just behind that 10 car, Brad Lane. Almost 2 seconds behind Brad Lane. Up front to your leader, Bailey Curry has about got that 3-second gap that he had before green flag pit stops. Bailey Curry Racing Athens screen printing machine continues to spoil the show. And spoil it, I mean, by for all the rest of these drivers. As he is just consistently laying down lap after lap, keeping that car in the best position he possibly can. It's a look 3.1 seconds back to Brendan Papatat, that New York native in the footwear screen printing, footwear esports, 48 Toyota Supra. Storm Patterson's night. We'll take a look at that car. It went from bad to worse. As you can see, the damage all over that car. The whole front nose of that machine completely demolished. Damage on all four corners for the Reaper Speed Lab footwear screen printing Chevrolet. But he's continuing to have a tough go of it, as he's got that thing yawed out. He'll keep it under him, and we stay green. Move back to our biggest mover, biggest shaker of the race, the 94, George Belfons Jr. As he continues his great run, solidly locked into that fifth spot, 1.4 seconds ahead of John Garrett, who rides sixth. I'm going to just take a quick second to give a big shout out to all these guys that showing up here on a Monday night to put on a show for you fans out there in Iron Thunder Racing Network land, wherever you may be watching from. We appreciate you as well. Took a lot of effort here to get these cars over to Japan to run here at Twin Rings, which I believe now is officially named the Mobility Resort Motegi. Beautiful racetrack here for these Iron Thunder Racing League Athens Screen Printing Rush Series competitors to do battle here on a beautiful Monday night. As we continue to watch Bailey Curry stretch that lead out to 3.6 seconds now. See if we can jump up here from the blimp view here. Give you a little bit of information about Twin Ring Motegi. They're now officially known as Mobility Resort Motegi. Actually host two racetracks. 1.549 mile oval and a 2.9 mile road course. It was originally built in 1997 by Honda as part of the company's efforts to bring IndyCar Series to Japan to increase their knowledge of American open wheel racing. However, in real life, the oval was last raced in 2010. Just here on the 1st of March 2022, the name of the track was changed to Mobility Resort, coinciding with the 25th anniversary of the facility. The road course's most notable event is the Japanese Motorcycle Grand Prix. Bailey Curry continues. He's had put 53 laps on the board. And the oval here at Twin Ring is the only of its kind in Japan used for competitive racing. With low bank, egg-shaped. And turns 3 and 4 are much tighter than 1 and 2. I'm not quite sure if that plays out onto your screen with an aerial view. Much like that, if you're familiar with Darlington Raceway, kind of shape the same. There's your leader. Back to the 48 now. That'll be almost 4 seconds back to Brendan Papatat. Dave Matson riding in that 3rd spot. Josh Ball back 3 spots, holding on the 4th. With the 94 George Belfons Jr. in 5th. Starting to knock on the back door. Here, that Red Bull Ford Mustang of Josh Ball. 94 of George Belfons Jr. starting to close in just a little bit. He's 0.4 seconds back. And chipping away down the front straightaway here at Twin Ring. Continue to keep an eye on that battle as he's closed that gap. Now down to 0.212 seconds. Stretch it out just a little bit. John Garrett now rising that 6th spot. We'll jump back to Matt Quick and Corey Deal as they battle for the 7th spot. Here with 58 laps complete. Josh Cully currently running inside the top 10. He's riding in the 9th spot right now as we watch the battle for the 8th spot. Excuse me, 7th spot with Matt Quick and Corey Deal. Check back on your leader, Bailey Curry, in just a moment as that battle for the 7th spot starts to heat up down the front straightaway into turn number 1, lap 60 up on the board. Corey Deal goes to the 7th spot. There is a look at your leader. 4.3 seconds ahead of 2nd place of Brendan Pampatat. Dave Matson rides third. George Belfons Jr. riding in the 4th spot. 5th will be Josh Ball. John Garrett 6th. Corey Deal 7th. Matt Quick 8th. Josh Cully 9th. Brad Lane will round out your top 10 in the number 10 car. Let's not forget about our sponsor here on the Rush Series, Athens Screen Printing. Appreciate them and what they do for us. If you've got promotional product needs or screen printing needs, free shipping over a $100 purchase. Find them on Facebook or AthensScreen.com. And a variety of products that they offer. All the top name brands. Actually have some examples of their stuff on the page as well. Good looking products they put out. If you'd like some Bailey Curry merchandise, I believe you can pick that up there as well. I believe he has a couple of designs over there. As Bailey Curry will give up the lead here as we get ready to put lap 67, 66 on the board. Brendan Pampatat will follow him on the pit lane. That'll allow George Belfons Jr., if he does so, he'll take over the lead. So that car a little loose off the exit of turn number 4. Dave Matson has joined Bailey Curry and Brendan Pampatat. Alex Little is on pit road. Sean Bounty as well. George Belfons Jr. will take the lead back over for the second time tonight. Josh Ball right now riding in that second spot. John Garrett breathing down the neck. John Garrett going to peel off. He'll give up the 3rd spot. He'll come to the attention of his crew here on pit road. Lap 67 up on the board. So keep an eye out on your leader. Freddie Klosterhuis has joined Garrett on pit road along with Kelvin Mosier and Dustin Franklin. That 47 machine all on pit road. At 94, George Belfons Jr. trying to get as the most out of that 94 machine as he can. 88 of Josh Ball on pit road. Corey Deal on pit road. Curry back up to 6th as George Belfons Jr. peels off to pit lane. He'll give up the lead. Ryan Peplinski will come in for service, along with the 74, Brian Workman. Once again, you're watching the Athens Rush Series Playoff 200. First race of the playoffs. Here for season 6 of the Athens Screen Printing Rush Series. Of Roger Debo try to get out of the way of the leader as he'll overtake him for that overtake him now for the 3rd spot, and he will become the leader here as they cross the line. Roger Debo to come down pit road and join Matt Quick and Brad Lane. Bailey Curry right back to the front of this one, with a lead of 4.9 seconds over 2nd place of Brendan Pampatat. Dave Matson a ride in that 3rd spot. George Belfons Jr. will look at that driver and see where he is on the racetrack. Now coming across the stripe, currently scored in that 4th spot. Matson. George Belfons Jr. in 4th. Josh Ball right there in 5th. John Garrett rides in that 6th spot. 7th spot now across the line will be Corey Deal, along with Sean Bounty in the 8th spot. Josh Cully there trying to work around the slower car to 74. Brian Workman, he's stuck on the bottom. Brad Lane going to go to the outside full position on that 33 Wilson Farms machine as your leader has come into the mix as well. Working underneath, with cars spread out all over in front of him, is your leader, the 05 of Bailey Curry. Workman going to give way to everybody else. He'll pull way down to the inside. And Brad Lane now will work to the inside of the line of Adam Schroen, who is currently scored in the 19th position. Oh, Josh Kelly, that car getting a little loose on the bottom of the speedway. He's riding the tire tracks, your leader. Kelly right now scored at that 10th spot. Brad Lane just ahead of 9th, and I believe that'll make this 8 cars on the lead lap. for the mic issues. We continue the roll here. Sticky mic button. Look at Brandon Pampatat right now riding in that second spot. Dave Matson is 9 seconds back here. Currently riding third. George Belfons Jr. 10 seconds back. As we put 79 of the 134 on the board. Cars spread out on every inch of this racing surface here tonight. Bailey Curry just having to pick them off one at a time. As he's starting to close in on that 34 car, the bounty hunter of Sean Bounty. Brad Lane able to keep pace with that 05 machine. He's ready to pounce and get that lap back the hard way if that 05 makes a mistake. That 05 of Bailey Curry has been solid all night long. Taking the lead handful of laps into this affair. And not looking back. The only time he was not your leader is during green flag pit stops. He's getting ready to put us with only 7 cars in the lead lap as he dives now underneath the 34 Sean Bounty. Their battle for that 9th spot is the 25 of Klusterhuis. Took a peek underneath the 10 of Brad Lane. That car walked away from him a little bit. Opened the door for Josh Kelly, that Wilson Farms 33 machine. He was able to close the distance on Brendan Klusterhuis. Now Klusterhuis trying to get that car back underneath him as they work down the back straightaway side by side. Kelly will edge out ahead of that 25 of Brendan Klusterhuis. Kelly on the top, Klusterhuis on the bottom. They'll try to get the run out of turn number 4. And they'll continue to drag race off into turns 1 and 2. Definitely going to figure out how the pit strategy played out tonight. See who is on top of the game, as we have been green since the drop of it. No caution so far tonight. Knock on wood, trying to avoid the announcer's jinx. The commentator's curse. Oh, Josh Kelly out there dirt tracking out of turn number 4. He's able to keep that Wilson's Farm Chevrolet underneath him. Sean Bounty's now starting to falter here. He slipped back and gave a spot up to Brad Lane. Brad Lane trying to become into competition for your hard charger tonight. He's up 11 spots with the hard charger of the night, and has been for the most of the night, is the guy right here on your screen. That Belfons Racing 94 Ford Mustang of George Belfons Jr. riding right now in that 4th spot, up 16 spots since the drop of the green flag. Josh Ball in that 5th position, trying to reel him in. He's got that gap down to within a second now. About a second back as they cross the line for their 85th lap of the night here. Ryan Peflinski peeled off. He's on pit road. Check back in with your leader. Scored 6.3 seconds ahead of second place of Brendan Pampatat. He's just walked himself around the 7th place car of Corey Deal. And will now have 6 cars on the lead lap. drop back 6.5 seconds. And we'll find the Fort Worth screen printing Super 48 machine of Brendan Pampatat. As he continues his solid run. Qualified third on the night, third fastest overall. He's up one spot since the drop of the green flag. Pampatat putting together a good race here. We're 15, almost 16 seconds back from your leader. We'll find that K&N Chevrolet, the 09 of Dave Matson, riding in that third spot. Working lap 88 down the back straightaway. See him tackle pit road one more time in the green flag conditions. Athens Rush Series Playoff 200 kicking off the playoffs here in Season 6. The Iron Thunder Racing League Rush Series. George Belfons Jr. able to hold on to that gap between he and 5th place. Josh Ball. Once again, I'm going to give a big shout out to Athens Screen Printing, celebrating 100 years in business. We offer embroidery, signs, banners, trophies. No job is too big or small. They can do it all. Check them out at athenscreen.com. Give them a call at 903-292-1708. Check them out over at Athens Screen Printing on Facebook. Definitely get you hooked up with the best of the best. Screen printed apparel, promotional products, signs, banners, you name it, embroidery, they can do it. And let them know that you support them because they support us here at the Iron Thunder Racing League, along with the Iron Thunder Racing Network, our title sponsor for the Iron Thunder Racing League Rush Series. Season 6 of existence here for the Rush Series, and we're into the playoffs here. Bailey Curry slaps 94 up on the board. Lap starting to wind down here at Twin Ring. And Bailey Curry's hoping he can keep that gap up between he and the rest of the field. And how all this strategy is going to unfold. Jump ahead of the 7th place runner, Brad Lane. A little bit of connection issue. All Mac 10 machine. We continue here, lap after lap. Bailey Curry just putting together a solid race so far. If he can continue this run to the checker. Officially into the round of 13. We've seen winners in the first 7 races. Raymond Rittenauer, Storm Patterson, Brandon Papatat picking up a win at Daytona on March the 7th. Josh Ball cashed his win in March the 14th. From Texas Motor Speedway. Roger Diebold with a win on March 21st at Auto Club Speedway. Storm Patterson, first repeat winner of the year at Auto Club on March 21st. And then last Monday, March 28th. The Athens Rush battle at Charlotte seen Bailey Curry grabbing the pole and winning the race. And then next Monday, we'll do 75 laps at Talladega Super Speedway for the Yacht Company 199. Got to round out the round of 12. And setting you up for that round of 12. As we've got 34 laps left here. Coming into tonight, Storm Patterson was your points leader. Roger Diebold set in second. Raymond Rittenauer third in points. Corey Deal fourth. Brandon Papatat fifth. Brendan Palouse drew sixth in points. John Garrett seventh. Josh Ball eighth. Ninth was Kelvin Mosier. Josh Cully 10th. Dave Matson 11th. And the top 12 of Sean Bounty coming into tonight's action as we see your leader drop down pit road. Brandon Papatat had already been on pit road. Papatat now back on track. Apologize as we were reading through that. That turned the lead back over to George Belfons Jr. of 134. Josh Ball right now scored in second. Third, Brad Lane. Matt Quick fourth. Roger Diebold fifth. Brandon Pampatat now fifth, as he'll go by the Diebold machine. Bailey Curry out back out on the speedway in the seventh spot. Clutru's eighth. Josh Cully ninth. Rounding out the top 10 will be Kelvin Mosier in the 43. Things getting ready to start unfolding. Bailey Curry trying to get back on track and spoil an automatic berth to the next round for somebody. Looks like George Belfons Jr. might have pushed it a little too far, and his strong run of the night may be coming to an end. That car looks like it might have been out of fuel across the start-finish line, and this is going to cost him tremendously. But hopefully he can make it back to pit road, but the damage is already completely done. And there's a look at Bailey Curry, who is trying to run down now Brendan Pampatat, who is 1.2 seconds ahead. See your leader now, Brendan Pampatat. He's looking to spoil the deal and click off his ticket to the next round. He'll have some breathing room going in to Talladega next Monday. Bailey Curry has been smooth, cool, calm, and collected for the majority of this race. He'll hit his marks and start chipping away at that lead of Brendan Pampatat if he can. Back pit stops and cycled around. We now found 6 cars on the lead lap. Your leader, Brandon Pampatat, by 0.7 seconds. Over Bailey Curry, Dave Matson, Josh Ball. John Garrett, your top 5. Brad Lane in 6th. 7th, Matt Quick. Corey Deal, 8th. Sean Bounty 9th. And rounding out the top 10 will be Roger Diebold in that 38 Ford Loco machine. Green from the start of this one has played culprit into 6 cars being left on the lead lap, with now 107 laps on the board of our 134 that made up the total distance here tonight. We appreciate you for tuning in to the Iron Thunder Racing Network. That gap starting to close a little bit. Pampatat, one groove off, 1 car length off the bottom. We see that car be all out just a little bit. Bailey Curry starting to close in. Curry right up there with less than a car length between them. They'll file their way out now. Down the front straightaway. 26 laps to go for Brandon Pampatat. Bailey Curry is right there. Hitting those marks in an 05 Athens screen printing machine. If you're just tuned in and you're wondering why the Bailey Curry machine is scored as a 4, that is his official scored number, but the livery on the side that you see is the 05, and we'll call it by that for what you see on the screen. We've got her down to 25 to go. Pampatat, Curry, Matson, Paul, and Garrett in the top 5. Brad Lane becomes your hard charger of the race at the moment. He currently rides in that 6th spot. 13 spots left to drop the green flag. It's Bailey Curry. Looks underneath Brandon Pampatat down the front straightaway. Pampatat trying to power on the outside. But he'll leave the door open down into turn number 1. Curry goes low. Pampatat to the middle groove. Curry and Pampatat side by side as they exit turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Pampatat able to keep that lead by about a car length now as they dive off into turn number 3. Pampatat one lane up, 1 car width up on the corners. Bailey Curry able to glue that car right down to the white line. But not able to get around that 48 of Pampatat. He'll dive off now into turn number 1. Side by side. They'll exit turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Curry with a good run off the bottom of the speedway. That momentum on that top side right now. For the 48 of Pampatat, not able to hold it as they go off into turn number 3. Bailey Curry resumes his lead. Pampatat gave it all he had. Oh, look at that car getting loose. Hanging it out high, wide, and handsome out of turn number 4. Smoke rolling off the right rear of that machine. Bailey Curry able to start putting the gap between he and second place of Brendan Pampatat. Pampatat holds on to a 13-second gap between he and third place of Dave Matson. So we've got her down to 22 laps to go. Beautiful, beautiful twin ring. We'll take a look at that 09 of Dave Matson as he'll dive off into corner number 3 here. Matson with a good run. Stayed in that top 5 just about all night long. You want to see some strategy as we cut them down to 20 laps to go and saw your aunt back on the speedway. After that car spent some time in the garage area. He is back trying to salvage as much points as he can for the night here. And the only car out of the race now that I'm looking at, the 6th of Storm Patterson. I missed that car going out of the race. I believe the 37 of Ryan Pepolinski is out for the night as well. Missed those two cars going out. I do apologize. Billy Curry's got it down to 18 laps to go. Still 6 cars on the lead lap. Brad Lane still holding on to that biggest mover of the race so far. Tressenot, probably the biggest loser so far, down 14 spots since the drop of the green. Tough night for Treston, who's currently scored in the 19th position. Still on the speedway. We'll take a look at that 15 CA Cattle Company machine. Beautiful paint scheme on that car. CA Cattle Company out of Smithdale, Mississippi. Spots from Tressenot's Ford Mustang. Check back on your leader as he's worked his way around Adam Strong. He's opened that gap up 4.2 seconds over Brandon Pampatat. Pampatat able to hold on. He's holding on to a lead of 11.2 seconds over third place now, the 09 of Dave Matson. And Matson holding just about a 12-second gap back here to the 88 of Josh Ball, who currently rides in the 4th spot. He'll have an 8.5 second gap over the 66 of John Garrett. And Garrett and Brad Lane doing position battle for that 5th spot as Brad Lane drops his 10 to the bottom of the speedway. He'll work underneath John Garrett to take over that 5th spot. Now John Garrett holds a 5-second lead over your 7th place car. The 89 of Matt Quick with a 5-second lead over the 8th place driver. That'll be Roger Debo in that 4 Loco 38. He'll hold a 1-second gap back to the 56 of Corey Teal, who currently rides to that 9th spot. And a 2.7 second gap back to your 10th place car, the Wilson Farms 33 Chevrolet Camaro of Josh Cully, and that's been your top 10 as Curry has got her down to 14 laps remaining. We'll see if there be any fuel mileage controversy. Sneak up and bite anybody. See who's playing, who's going to make it, who won't. Brandon Pampatat, probably the biggest swing of them all. Pampatat going to be close on fuel through calculations given to me. That'll be something we have to keep an eye out on. And Pampatat, really the biggest, or inside that top 5, the one with the biggest to lose on fuel mileage. Definitely took a swing at being able to bring home the top spot and go ahead and punch his ticket into the next round. now, Bailey Curry spoiling the show here so far for the remainder of your chase drivers. 10 laps left here for Bailey Curry, Brandon Papatat, Dave Matson, Josh Ball, Brad Lane, your top 5 will be John Garrett riding the 6th spot. 7th will be Matt Quick. 8th, Roger Debo. 9th, Corey Deal. George Belfons Jr. back up to that 10th spot after running out of fuel on the last green flag run. Josh Cully up 7 spots from the drop of the green flag. He rides in that 11th spot. 12th will be Kelvin Mosier. 13th will be Sean Bounty. Dustin Franklin 14th. 15th will be Brian Workman. 16th, Brendan Clushley. 17th will be Treston Ott. 18th, Adam Schroen. 19th will be Alex Little. Rounding out your top 20 will be Raymond Rittenauer. A 5.7 second gap here for Bailey Curry over Brendan Papatat. They'll have an 11-second lead over Dave Matson. 23 seconds back to Josh Ball. A 31-second gap back to Brad Lane. And that's the distance between your top 5. See just how much these cars have slowed down. Bailey Curry's best lap of the night, a 36.99. His last lap was a 38.42. Dave Matson actually George Belfons Jr. quickest last time by to a 38.15. 7 laps remain for Bailey Curry. Brendan Papatat, last lap at 39.10. Bailey Curry 38.42. Next time by, we'll see one hand, the open hand of the flagman, as he'll give the signal for 5 to go. Halfway down the back straightaway is Bailey Curry now diving off into turn number 3. That gap up to 8.2 now. Bailey Curry out of turn number 4. You'll see it from the flag stand. 5 to go. For his second win of the 6th season of the Rush Series, Athens Screen Printing Rush Series. Go back to back 2 weeks in a row. If he can pull it off, he can hold on for 5 more laps here. Let's jump back 8.6 seconds. Brendan Papatat. See if that machine, see how much, jump on board and see how much he's saving. 4 laps to go for Papatat. Definitely saving as that car completely coasting through the corners here. Jump back on the gas here very easily. Papatat definitely trying to make it last as much as he can. Fuel saving engaged. He only has a 1.4 second gap back to the 3rd place of Dave Matson. Right now, I believe the biggest thing for Papatat is actually making it back to the line with fuel in the tank. Definitely salvage a top 7 finish at least, top 8. He can hold on to some fuel in that machine. Top 6 position, 6 cars on the lead lap. Bullhorns out of the flag stand that time for Bailey Curry. Continue to monitor at 48 with Brendan Pampatat. Dave Matson, you see that machine starting to close in now. We have a lap car, George Belfons Jr. in between he and second place of Brendan Pampatat. Pampatat right back to saving mode. And that cost him as the white flag is out for Bailey Curry. Matson now up to that second spot with Pampatat back to third. Trying to salvage a top 5 finish after he took a swing for the fence. Well, the final time for Bailey Curry down into turn number 3. He'll cut through turns 3 and 4. He'll exit turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. The Athens Rush Series Playoff 200 winner, the 05 of Bailey Curry. Jump back 11 seconds and we'll find the 09 of Dave Matson. Brandon Pampatat loose off of turn number 4. Matson second. Pampatat able to salvage a third place run. Josh Ball 4th, 5th Brad Lane. Interview time coming up. We'll get them up here in the booth in just a moment.
Yeah, it was definitely had a really strong car. Definitely got a had a. I actually barely practiced for this. First time in Japan. Didn't know what to expect. Ran some practice laps and wasn't the quickest. And then I guess we just found the pace in the race. And man, Bailey was flying ever since the green flag dropped. We had a few close encounters off the pit road. Battled him for the lead for a bit, and then that last pit stop, it all came down to fuel strategy and who could save the most fuel. And sucks to say we pretty much ran out at the line. That's how Dave got around me. I was trying to save to the very end, but I'll take a third place for the first time here and start off the playoffs with some strong points.
And definitely we were able to jump on board with you the last few laps there and witness that fuel saving strategy. And You know, did a good job at doing that. Able to, you know, at least taking the swing you did on the fuel strategy and able to come out, making that bigger swing to try to make up that time on Curry, and able to still salvage a top five finish. It got to be good in anybody's book, man. It was fun to watch you there at the end to see if you were going to make it to the line and seeing how far you would fall if definitely indeed trying to save there. It was good for the viewers to be able to see. Sometimes not so much that they get to see that fuel saving, and good job at doing that, man, and good luck through the rest of the playoffs. It's been a pleasure watching you so far this year, and look to have you back up here in the booth here shortly.
Yeah, thank you very much. Definitely happy with the results from today. Wish we could have gotten second, and actually ran out of fuel as I crossed the finish line, taking the checkers. So saved just the right amount, and we'll get them. We'll try again next week.
Alrighty, man. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, third place of Brendan Pampatat will bring up the driver of the 09 K&N machine. Quiet night, Dave, but you were able to just grind away, keep that foot to the pedal, hit your mark, stay out of trouble, and bring it home solidly in that second spot as Pampatat made a swing for the fence there, trying to make up as much ground as he could on Bailey Curry, but coming up a little bit short on the fuel mileage game, so he had to save. But you were able to play the strategy to the best of your ability and bring her home on the podium. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. We had a good car. We were keeping pace with them on the first half of that, and then it came down to the pit strategy. And I'll tell you what, I need to work on my pit stall on this one because we came in when we were like 6 seconds behind them and keeping pace with them. And we did that first pit stop. We came out like 12, 13 seconds behind them. So we got a lot of work to do on the on how to pit at this place. I didn't do a very good job.
Well, I tell you, maybe that was the only snafu you had, and it was a quiet night for everybody. We saw some people struggling with the handling of the race car on those long runs when I guess tires were starting to wear out, the rear end getting a little light on the fuel load, but it was definitely good to see everybody able to keep that machine underneath them. I believe Storm Patterson probably got the worst luck of the deal all night long. That car finally had to retire, but no cautions tonight and just run right through to the end. I know it had to be so I won't say boring, but a quiet night in the car.
Very quiet, and the only person you're talking to is your spotter, and you don't have any brakes. You just sit there and you drive and you drive and you drive and you just try to hold it together. And sometimes you do mess up, which we did a couple times. At the very end of this last pit run, I saved a little bit of fuel, just enough to be able to make it. I think we came in with like 0.7 of a lap left. So,
well, definitely good deal on playing the fuel mileage strategy, man. We look to continue to run through the playoffs here, and a good points night for you. I believe you came into tonight 5th in the points, and we'll look forward to seeing how it all unfolds. I know tonight would have been a good night to punch the ticket to the next round going into Talladega next week.
Oh, it would have been nice. I mean, not have to worry about next week would have been great. But we'll go into next week. We'll have to play, kind of safe, just not get too over jealous on the race. Anything can happen at those super speedways. So we'll just go in there and try to keep it positive.
All righty, man. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you very much.
All righty, we're going to bring up the spoiler. Officially the 4 of Bailey Curry. Tonight we saw him in the 05. But tell you what, man, you spoiled it for the rest of these playoff guys. Just a smooth race all night long, taking the lead there early with a handful of laps into this one, and you're just able to knock them down one at a time. I believe we finished with like 6 cars on the lead lap. Green flags helped that, but you were able to kind of just, like I said, spoil the show. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Definitely didn't qualify how I wanted to, but I don't know. I love this racetrack. It kind of reminds me a lot of the dirt racing we did last week, especially coming off turn 2, real high speed, a lot of sliding around. then a lot of throttle control coming off of 4 over there. So really fun track. I wish you could maybe do an exhibition race here in real life with an Xfinity car. Lots of fun. But yeah, a lot of fun race there. I goofed my first pit stop, and I might could have lapped a couple more, but that is what it is. But yeah, lots of fun.
We weren't able to catch it on the camera, but we were looking at the time in the pit lane and the stop set there, and we were noticing that first stop. I believe it was like a 15-second stop, which looked a little odd. The total time in the pits looked a little odd to us, but you were able to. And I guess that was the only bump of the race there. I know Matson had a little bit of a trouble. I believe it was the first pit stop as well, and but he was able to swing it or shake it, I should say, and you were able to shake it. And I tell you what, that only snafu was definitely on pit road, because most of the night we were glued in on the 05 Athens screen printing machine, and it looked like he just kept laying down and hitting those marks lap after lap.
Yeah, man, just making sure I could hit the bottom every time was the biggest thing. I actually learned a couple things in the race there. I tried shifting in practice down in 3 and 4, didn't really like it. But then on a longer run, I found that if I could downshift in the right spot and really ring that thing out on entry, it would help my center a lot, being in that lower gear. So yeah, had to start shifting there later into a run, and I think that helped me out quite a bit. I think I ran my fastest lap from practice and everything, about lap 30 something in that race. So
Well, it was definitely fun to watch you master twin ring, and hopefully we can be talking to you a lot more here soon. Good luck the rest of the season, and good luck over in the real side as well, man. We appreciate you taking your time out to run with us, and we look forward to having you back.
yeah, thanks, man. We need it on the in the Xfinity car. We've having a rough go over the past few weeks, but hopefully we can get it turned around at Martinsville this weekend.
Alrighty, man. Good luck. That'll wrap it up here from Twin Ring. Congratulations once again, Bailey Curry, Dave Matson, Brandon Papatat, their podium finishes, and hats off to all the guys who showed up tonight and kept this one clean and green to the end. Brad Lane will wind up as your hard charger of the race. He finishes in that 5th spot, 14 spots from the drop of the green flag. 4th was Josh Ball. Now we'll jump back down to 6th. Footwork screen printing 66 of John Garrett. Going home 7th will be Matt Quick. 8th, Roger Debo. George Belfons Jr. recovers up 11 spots. He finishes in the 9th position. Kelvin Mosier bested his qualifying effort by 5 spots. He'll finish in 10th. 11th, Corey Deal. Josh Cully 12th. Sean Bounty 13th. Riding back home to Greenville, South Carolina in the 14th spot will be to the 47 of Dustin Franklin. Brian Wertman finishes in the 15th position, 16th. Brendan the King Clustu. Tressedot, NCA Cattle Company 15, finishes 17th. Adam Schroen rides home 18th. 19th will be Alex Little. Raymond Rittenauer finishing 20th. 21st will be the 37 of Ryan Peplinsky. Sawyer Ott finishes, Storm Patterson finishes 22nd. 23rd will be Sawyer Ott in the 35. Make sure you jump on in here tomorrow night, 9:05. We go green flag right back here from Twin Ring with the Fort Worth Screen Printing Premier Series. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all keep showing up, and we'll keep showing out. Good night, everybody.